This was probably the worst storm that I've ever seen in my life. The winds were unbelievable. The rain, of course. And then all of a sudden, bang. You're in the dark.
There's just nothing that is salvageable.
It's a terrible, terrible feeling. Never hit me. Nothing ever hit me except for personal losses the way that this did.
We started hearing that it was going to converge and, kind of a hurricane with a nor'easter thing, and it was going to be, could be unprecedented.
Some have said that this is the strongest storm ever north of the Carolinas.
As the path becomes more clear as to where these storms are going to go, we really start isolating our preparation and identifying what type of customer base do we have in these areas and what resources do we have.
It was pretty much all hands, a message out, everyone be prepared, get your stuff ready, we have a big storm coming in, we're going to need everybody.
We deployed to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to ride out the storm, and then once the storm cleared, then we would move in.
This is an area that gets us pretty close to the focal point of the storm without being in harm's way.
At that point, I start making, arrangements to get all my gear together, make sure I know what I've got that I need to take with me.
And we just kept seeing this storm just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
When the power went out at the hotel, I knew this was going to probably be a pretty big storm. Woke up the next morning and started my deployment to Long Island.
Plainville, New York.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Hartford, Connecticut.
I never thought it was going to really hit us,
You just couldn't believe the devastation. It really looked like a war zone. Everywhere you went, you were blocked by a tree in the street.
Debris all over, furniture, cars that got, floated and flooded away.
I don't think that people really expected a storm of that magnitude. They weren't really prepared for it.
People were just, in a daze.
You could drive 300 miles in either direction and still be in devastation, no power, gas lines. You just couldn't get away from it.
So the storm hits. I'm actually in my dining room. What happened? I look up and suddenly I said, that tree's moving. And the next thing I knew, it just crashed right between the middle of my kitchen and my living room. The roof was breached and there was a gaping hole and the rain was just pouring in.
The damage done to my house was almost all on the roof, lost a lot of shingles.
The attic fan actually blew out of the roof. And then the roof on my shed, that just went up, and the fence came down in sections. We had other storms, but this one, maybe because I'm older, it just was more frightening. I don't know, it was scary.
How did they rebuild? They lost their life, they lost photos, memories, they lost everything. How did they rebuild? It's hard. It's a hard thing to see. So when you go out, all you can try to do is do the best that you can for them.
When we surveyed the house and we saw the damage that we had, and we thought, well, maybe we should make a claim.
We had an agent come in and look at the property. He assured me that I was with a good company and that he was going to work with me every step along the way.
They just did everything they said they were going to do. They said they were going to call me back, they called me back. They said they were going to send somebody here at 9 o'clock, they were here at 9 o'clock. They were very good.
They need guidance, they need help, and to be out there first, then they can relax and not worry as much.
They were amazed when I called them on the phone and said, I'll be at your house tomorrow. What time works good for you?
It was very comforting to have them so responsive. Sure enough, my house was back the day before Christmas.
I like to emphasize the fact that the adjuster didn't know that I was a broker, so it's not like I got VIP treatment because of who I was. It just seems I got VIP treatment because I was a customer. And being an agent for Kemper, it made me look good.
You'll hear some people say, oh, my adjuster was wonderful, my insurance company was wonderful, and I was glad to say I was one of the people that said my insurance company was great. I'll stay with Kemper.
We sell a promise every day. We promise that if something happens, we're going to be there for you.
It doesn't matter if you've got a tree through your house or a couple shingles blown off your roof, you know, that's your claim, you know, it's still devastating to you.
These people pay premiums every year, so we owe it to our insureds to provide them with quality service.
You know, you're giving back, you're providing a service to people, and nothing compares to that.
The best satisfaction for me is to be able to help somebody.
I'm proud. We did a great job, and how much more can you say? It was just a job well done.